Why can I smell mould? What you been digging at? You stink. Thank you for wetting me up though. Oh, blow. Mic check. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. By his grace. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. 2,000 years ago he died on a cross so he could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took him on the mountain top and offered him every kingdom, would not stop. He said, Son of man, worship me, come over, bend your knee. I said, I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. Surrounded himself with 12 good men, disciples is what we called them. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. They told the story after he was gone, how he was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In his name we are saved, but only by his grace. I came in his name, I am saved by his grace. By his grace, boys and girls. How you all doing? Enjoying nice day on non-spinning stage for flop playing? Cold tea. Hello. This one goes out to all you natural girls. Ew. Took him just 6 days. Took him twice as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. He said, out of mouth in the man, 'cause you're a natural girl. You're a natural girl. Sent a letter to Cadbury's. They made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars, placed them inside both your eyes. For me, for me, for me, for me. 'Cause you're a natural girl. I work for days, toil for hours and hours, just to pay for your dress, all your wedding flowers, and your dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will fluster the priest and turn every man's head, as you grace the aisle, those curves and that smile, 'cause you're a natural girl. You're a natural, actual girl. You're natural curves. So I send a message to my father up above and tell him I found this girl, the one I truly love, the one that he sent down from heaven up above. She fits me just like a glove. clamber the highest steeple. At the top of my voice I'll sing to all the people. Found this girl, I love the one from above. 'Cause you're a natural, actual girl. Write your name upon Venus, Jupiter, Mars. When you look up at night, you'll see your name written in the stars. 'Cause you're a natural, actual girl. And ain't that a precious thing, ladies? Why the flat earth wins. Backbeat, the word is on the street. NASA's light's been called out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never held the globe in down. I don't believe anybody prove the earth it spins. Flat earth wins. Got those chords. All the pictures from satellites with CGI in. There are many things that I'd like to prove to you, but I don't know how. I said you ought to have a pickup pen you walk. 'Cause after all, we live on fingers. Today is gonna be the day, gonna prove it's gonna do. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you didn't think it wasn't true. I don't believe anybody prove the earth it spins. So I'd fly if wins. Backbeat, the word is on the street. That's the last man called out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never held the globe in down. I don't believe anybody prove the earth spins. That's why the flat earth wins. Every time. Water's level, baby. And all the globes they showed you, they were lying. All the pics they said from satellites were CGI in. There are many proofs that I'd like to prove to you, but I don't know how. I said you ought to have a pickup pen. Cause after all, I live on a ball. 'Cause water's level. You've been fooled by the devil. Fooled by the devil, folks. 'Cause water's level. You've been fooled by the devil. By the devil himself. I know you don't believe in him, but he believes in you. cut ties with all the lies you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. I would understand. Well, the angry boy's a bit too insane, icing over a secret pain. You know you don't belong. You're the first to fight, you're way too loud. You're the flash of light in a burial shroud. I know there's something wrong. Hello, Trini. Well, everyone I know has got a reason to say we can put the past away. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties with all the lies that Satan's got you living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. Oh, I would understand. From the chorus, okay. Well, it's on the table and it's gone to code. I don't think that anyone knows what they're doing here. Do you know what you're doing here? Really, do you? And your friends have left you, you've been dismissed. I never thought it would come to this, and I want you all to know everyone has got to face down their demons. Maybe today we can put the past away. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties with all those lies Satan's got you living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. Oh, I would understand. Third Eye Blind. Great comical moment by Jim Carrey again. She was funny. She did make me laugh. I wonder if she's ever been and listened to me. A lot of them do. I'm sure they do, because if you was ruling over the world as a secret flip-flop and the naturals found out, you'd want to be the first to listen to them, wouldn't you? And see what their reaction to you is. And I know I've spoken to at least 2 in this chat. One of them was Guy Martin, 2 first names. I told his wife that he looked like a plastic rip-off of Wolverine. I see it with his wife. Whoever it was, she was laughing her head off at him. I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing I want to say. Go on in the morning, go to bed feeling the same way. Man, I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. Come from the top, sorry. Microphone's in the way of my eyes. I can't wait for my new glasses. How long? 8 days. I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing I want to say. Come on in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired, I'm bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without the spark. It's 'cause clothes, my hair, my face, I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. Something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know there is. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're dancing in the dark. In the dark kind of bell. It's the bridge. I can play this one though. You sit around getting older. There's a joke somewhere and it's on me. Shake the world off my shoulders. Come on baby, the laughs on me. Stay on the streets of this town. They'll be carving you up alright. Say you gotta stay hungry. Hey baby, I'm just about starving tonight. Dying for some action. Sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. Need a love reaction. Come on baby, just give me one look. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire with a broken heart. This gun's for hire. Even if we're dancing in the dark. Bruce Springsteen, The Boss Woman. Yeah. It's all of them. There's gotta be a record of you someplace. You've gotta be on somebody's books. The lowdown picture of your face. I love that chord. Your injured looks. The sacred and profane. Pleasure and the pain. Somewhere your fingerprints remain concrete, and it's your face I'm a-looking for on every street. Lady killer, regulation tattoos, silver spurs on his heels. Says, what can I tell you as I'm standing next to you? She threw herself under my wheels. Oh, it's a dangerous road and a hazardous load. The fireworks of liberty explode in the heat. But it's your face I'm a-looking for on every street. 3-chord symphony crashes into space. The moon is hanging upside down. I don't know why it is I'm still on this case. What's that called? Oh, it's a ravenous town, and still you refuse to be traced. Seems to me such a waste. And every single victory has a taste that's bittersweet. But it's your face I'm a-looking for on every street. It's your face I'm looking for. Natural face. It's quite a forensic song, that, isn't it? Someone died. Where are we? Go on, sing one for God. Well, a little bit late, aren't I? Sorry. Fell asleep. Insomnia! Okay, this one goes out to God Almighty. The Holy Heavenly Father. The magical, majestical one that rules supreme throughout this realm that we live in. This one's for you, Father. No grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Ain't no grave that can hold my spirit down. Look way down the river. What do you think I see? I see a band of angels coming after me. Ain't no grave that can hold my spirit down. Look down yonder, Gabriel, put your feet on the land and see. Gabriel, don't you blow your trumpets till you've heard from me. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. If these wings don't fail me, I'll meet you anywhere. Ain't no grave that can hold the baby Jesus down. Ain't no grave spirit down. Meet me, mother and father. Meet me down the road. Mama, don't you know I'll be there when I check my load. Ain't no grave my body down. I've been down the river of Jordan. I buried my knees in the sand, and I hollered hallelujah. I saw his promised lands, no grave that can hold my spirit down. Thank you, Father, for what rhythm I have. I'll be right back with you. Let me just put the guitar back. Hello, handsome. Hello, Sherlock. I should have called him Sherlock, shouldn't I, Marley? Eh? I wanted to call you Sherlock, didn't I? Race made me call me Marlow. I'm not listening to that boy over again. Where are we? Got a biscuit? Got a biscuit? Got one then? Have you farted, you stink? I don't. Alright. Microphone. Comfortability. Are we sitting comfy? Are we sitting in a comfortable... Are we in the acquired position? There we go. Microphone. Keyboard. Close the music window. Open up the main window. Bink. No. What are we? Oh yeah, G2G you div. Stream. Copy the stream, Peter. Home. I had a good conversation with a guy called Mr. Pink on PlayStation last night. I was hoping to get in with his mate because his mate was a teacher. Even an English teacher would understand it anyway, but I was hoping to get in with his mate, but his mate crashed out. I ended up having just a conversation with me and him for half an hour we had. And he was just stunned, as is most people who hear about this and start researching. Once you start researching, that's what does it. Anybody will tell you, you do your own research on any subject and you'll get different answers to what you've been told. But this one is exactly what it says in the book. There were two skeletons. The people are trying to mucky the waters. Not every man and woman's got the same skull. Yes, every man has got a male skull and every woman has got a female skull. It's that simple. Derp. Otherwise, forensics doesn't work, does it? You won't be able to tell a man from a woman. Duh. Because the hips don't lie. I'm starting to feel you, boy. Right. Pele. Yeah, Pele's a girl. Sorry. Oh, we've upset someone. Are we? Don't talk to her. I'm telling you, they're just trolls. They're probably flip-flops who you're talking to. And they're probably getting paid answers. Every reply you give them. Right, where was it going to start tonight? Oh yeah, I know where we're going to start tonight. Lottery winners. So you think you can win the lottery, do you? Think you can become Prime Minister of England, do you? Let's open up that window. We'll start with the most famous one out of England. Made everyone mad, this did. Two first names, Michael Carroll. MC, 33 father in the girl's name. Oh, I didn't say hello. 1 second, let me come and say hello. I'll be right back. Hang on. Who was first in it? It was Denise. Kyle came second. Cable came third. Salam alaikum. Jen came fourth. Angel A, shall I say. Welcome to the show. Trenton Taylor, welcome to the show. Luke, how you doing, pal? Alpha, of course, welcome to the show. Blessings to Annabelle Venabelle, how you doing, chicks? Trini, how you doing, Trin? YouTube, how you doing? Jono, welcome to the show. Have I got everyone? Is that everybody? I think it's everybody. Welcome to the show, guys. Oh, Rachel. Hello, Rach. How you doing, chick? Are you trader? Hello, Edmondson. Tubbs. I nearly missed you, Tubbs. Sorry, Tubbs. Welcome to the show. Ariane, welcome. And Susanna. Hello, Susanna. How you doing, chick? I'm Bob. Bob and Nung Nung as well. Right, is that everyone? I think that's all here. I think I got most of you. Welcome to the show. We're going to start with lottery winners. Can you, the natural person, win the lottery? If you can, it's going to be a very small amount. See, they can choose the numbers at any time, but they can't choose if you chose those numbers. Unless they do it right at the last minute, and then they pick someone who's only got or two of them that they know are flip-flops, and they give the money to them. You cannot win the big figures. You are not allowed double-figure, triple-figure lotteries. How do I know this? Well, we're going to look at Michael Carroll here. He didn't win it once. He won the damn thing twice. I know someone else who won it twice as well. Won 7 million, then won another million when all his money was gone. He won it. It's like they went, here, I have another million, but don't spend all this. You spent 7 million over 20 years. You've wasted your money. Here's another million. That'll see you out. I've got no idea how it works, but the way this world works is it's rigged. And it's not just rigged, it's rigged against you. Not just you personally, but anybody who's natural. It's rigged against you. Michael Carroll, 2 first names. Waste collector. Waste collector. Bin man. Bin woman. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Jezebel. Not quite as fat as that. Same eyes though. Not as wonky, of course. Let's have a look. Images. Michael Carroll won 9.7 million on the national lottery at the age of 19. He was only 19. He was also known as the Lotto Lout. Apparently, she bought a big millionaire's house and then turned the back garden into a stock car rally race yard. You can't make it up. And the best part of it is, if that part of it's true, that she did buy an house and do all that partying and all the cocaine and that, the poor neighbours that lived around her, I can only imagine. But I think all of it's made up. They can do anything they want, right? They've put women on the moon and told you they were men. And you can't even get to the moon. You know what I mean? Michael Carroll, images. Mouse, work, will you? There we go. So, Michael Carroll. Why aren't there a lot of pictures of him coming up? Right, Michael Carroll, Lotto. There we go. So, deemed the Lotto Lout. She's got a widow's peak. Do you see it? She's widest in the hairline. Do you see it? She's got tiny, high set ears. Do you see them? Her eyes are close set. She's got a really small mouth. There's no neck there. There she is winning the lottery. So, one day a bin woman, next day a lottery millionaire, 2 first names. It reminds me of Charlie Sheen or someone there. I can't think who it is. Maybe Joaquin Phoenix. I'm seeing a flip-flop face. It's the small dentures and the tight-knit eyes that are doing it. Michael Carroll. So, Michael Carroll, game over. Right there. Oh, it's not the right picture. Wait for it. We got diamond there. That's not the picture I'm looking for. I've got a nice diamond in there, though. There's a nice one. Legs a ski with, foot and knee looking out at 8 o'clock. Bingo. Game over right there. Do you see the hip twist? Do you see the shoulder tilt? Do you see the short arms? Do you see the child-bearing hips? The squashy little face underneath those glasses? It's all an act. And all is a show. It's an absolute show. The most I've ever won on the lottery, Trini, when I played it, and I stopped playing it when I became a flat earther, basically. The most I ever won was like 27 quid. 27 quid. And the scratch card's not a chance. Not in chance. But right there, it's a Getty image. There's your first main problem with this lottery winner. It's got a Getty image. If the bin woman, that's what we're looking at, waste collecting woman here, can win the lottery and you can't, what does that tell you? Let's have a look at his boyfriend here. There's him. That's the second win. That was with Piers Morgan. 9.7 million. You used it all up on naked waitresses with cocaine on trays. 8 girl orgies. 8 boy orgies. You filthy fat bitch. 8 sausages at once. Talk about that. That's an old tin of hot dogs. You greedy fat bitch. Anyway, she spent... That's what she did to the millionaire's house. According to the papers. But she had parties and everything. And then she wiped out all the money. Had to become a bin man again. That's what that other picture is. Had to go back to being a bin man. Wherever that picture is. There. Went back to being a bin man. And then won again with Piers Morgan on this crypto coin, e-currency, I don't know what you call it. Won again with all of £1 million or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how much she won second time. But it was all over Piers Morgan's. What it is to get the local people who are bin men, the bakers, the nurses, the people who really desperately need money to gamble 20 quid of the wages, because they do. Some of them put 100 quid of the wages on. Tonight's jackpot is 158 million euros. That's enough money to drive anybody who's greedy out of the mines. So they put on this show, guys, and it is a show. There's no way Michael Carroll is a man. No way whatsoever. The hip twist. Look at the lines on the shirt twisting backwards. She left a chicken nom nom behind. Men's hips stay parallel. So do the shoulders. We don't tilt. And we certainly don't have short arms, look, that end in the crotch. She can barely wipe her own ass, look. There's a few more pictures like this. Let's have a look. There's a nice one with the childbearing nom noms doing the Masonic claw look. Covered in chains and Babylonian gold. If someone could explain this to me, right, if I'm wrong, and I know I'm not because I've studied forensics for 6 years, could someone explain to me why the bin man, woman, the bin man has got a T-Rex upper? Look at the shoulder to the elbow. There's the elbow, look at that muscle there. Look how small that muscle is. Now, explain to me shoulder to elbow here. It's got nothing to do with this one being slightly closer to the camera. It's got nothing to do with that. It's to do with skeletal differences. And once you understand the human skeleton, that's not a good picture. Where's the old one? Eye sockets. Rectangular in shape, look. Rounded on a female. Some methods used by forensic anthropologists is exactly what we use. You can see it. The big square jaw, the rectangle shaped eyes, the more rounded eyes. Everything's smoother on the woman as well. Let's go back. I wanted arm difference, arm length. As if they're in, oh, there we go. Oh, that's not a good diagram. I want that old one. Men's arms are longer. The upper part, much longer. They're not designed there. That one's better. That's more like the old version with the shorter humerus bone. The angle's away from the body, whereas the man's dropped straight down. So when looking at skeletal differences, that's what I wanted. That is got to be one of the most beautiful pictures in the world because it was drawn in olden times by our ancestors, and it gave the most truthful representation I've ever seen of any skeletons anywhere. Whereas the male's got the bigger rib cage, look, 40% bigger lungs on the male, a wider opening on the breastplate, look, a narrow opening on the woman's, a much smaller rib cage, look. But I want to draw your attention to the arm hanging akimbo, and it's shorter. Look at the elbow difference. Look how much bigger that elbow is compared to that one. And this is what we're talking about, the subtle differences in men and women. And once you get used to seeing this, I've got a problem with Michael Carroll's tiny little T-Rex upper versus Conan the Librarian here. Look at the size of that arm. It's all a flip-flop fantasy. All of it. That you can win the lottery is a joke. I'd just like to point out, right, look at this. Absolute no, don't blame it on fat. Right? This only happens with a woman because she has a sloping jawline and a subcutaneous layer of fat. If you add to it, it just multiplies what I've just spoke about. I'd just like to point out the large losa here and look at that right-angled jawbone, right? We've seen that jawbone before. Where have we seen it? Oh, yeah, my jawbone. That's where I've seen that before. Big, square jawbone with a large losa here. Bink. That jawbone looks very familiar to me. Right, Michael Carroll. She's a bitch. She's a lion bitch as well. Michael Carroll walking. Looks like Tommy Robinson there, look. Inward pointing leg. Why has he got a bin liner? He's come out of prison. That looks like prison. No, it's train. Is it train? Yeah, it is a train station. What's he doing getting off a train with a bin liner? Houston, psst, we have a Peter Kay problem. He looks like Peter Kay. Foot and knee, literally rotating. Look. This is the other picture where she's mincing. There's another one somewhere. Where is it? Problems with both of their gates. Wouldn't you say? That looks like a solicitor to me. Well, they solicit lies, don't they? That's what they do, solicitors. Yes. Is that someone winning the lottery in a scream mask? 150. Wanted to remain anonymous. Who wore a mask? Signed it with his name, but in his face. Or her face, whatever. That's a giggle, isn't it, that one? No such thing as bad publicity, is there, folks? Right, okay, Michael Carroll. Where's the other one to this? That's not him, is it? Lotto millionaire. It is. Strutting around with his top off. Angered everyone in the local neighbourhood. In my beautiful neighbourhood. 1.8 million lottery win wrecked my life. What would you put? You must have put half of it into your lips, love. That's Botox gone wrong right there. Right, Michael Carroll, done. 2 first names, 33 in a name. Small little face. Draw a triangle, look. The eyes are so close together. The hands are so small, look. An arm so short, but if you're not sure, there's your nail in your coffin. There's another 2 somewhere, but I can't find them, and I can't be bothered to look for them because I've already covered this. Anyway, but there you go. Michael Carroll failing forensics. Next, who won the 158 million? 158 million lotto winner. Oh, that's someone else. That's not the one we're looking for, the screen mask. As if he turned up in a screen mask. Lottery winner claims prize in a screen mask. It's just a joke, innit? Let's go back. That's not the family I'm looking for. Where's the family I'm looking for? Alright, no. Biggest lotto winners. England. Search then. There we go. It's not them. It's not them. Where's the ones in the helicopter? You cheeky bitches. Where are you? I can't remember the names. $355 money lottery ticket stolen. That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm sure they were Scottish. Why can I not find this other family? What was it called? Lotto winners. I think naturals can win small prizes in this thing by random chance, of course. But they can't win the big ones. Where are these lottery winners? Oh, I know what it is. Lottery winners arrive by helicopter. Now you should find me. There they are. I don't know who these are. The Baldwin Millionaires. There you go. That's who I'm looking for. The Baldwins. So, the first picture I saw, when I saw this, I thought, maybe it's a natural person that's won £150 million. That's what I thought. It's a man stepping over himself. But what caught my attention was the way this one and this one was stood. I instantly just got the vibe of a woman by the long leg and the short bodies. I was just thinking they're women straight away. But here comes the husband. Right there. And it's game over. As I said, the two people that were stood awkwardly, the way Donald Trump stands, are mincing like bitches, look. See them both? They're both mincing. So bingo, I was straight onto them. And then I see the husband, who's in full mince. And I've got another one there. In full mince with the legs crossed and the shoulder tilt. I don't know what the Baldwins they call them. This is when they won the lottery, arrived in an helicopter on a red carpet. The red carpet is natural people's blood. That's what it represents. It represents the blood of your ancestors and everyone else who slaved away on this earth for no reason whatsoever. The Baldwins mincing like a bitch, and then automatically this one's got to be your husband, hasn't it? Bigger head, further apart eyes, the big glasses. But it was that first shot there, the way they were stood like penguins. I just thought, they're women. And right there, is there any more on this one? Mincing, there it is. Another one. Straight-legged man, ski with leg woman. And these were the biggest ones in England, the Baldwins, the Baldwin Lotto winners. And it's all lies, look. It's rigged. The whole thing is a scam. And look, they do it outside of these illustrious buildings that were built by Orson Cart, apparently. Everything's a joke against you. It really is. You can't win the big lottery. You can't. You might get smaller wins around you. But the double figure ones, 10 million plus, I just don't see any natural people winning it. I really don't. These pictures prove it to me. Shocking as it is, it's the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth is, you and your family are not good enough to win the lottery. You can, they will allow you to spend the money. What do they call us? Goyim. We're the Goyim. In reality, they're the demons. They're the Goyim. And the ones that say they're chosen, they're the Goyim. We the natural are God's children. And we've been lied to since we got here. And I can prove it to you over and over and over again that everything in this world is a lie and it's rigged against you. You cannot win the lottery. Even that lottery sign, it's got 666 in it, and there's the first 6, and then these two make 6s as well. In the lottery sign. Is that right? Yeah, there you go. This finger, look, becomes a 6. There's a number 6. And then there's 2 6s there. 6, 6, 6. It's the number of the beast. It's the number of the beast. You can play, but you ain't winning nothing. It's the X factor yet again. So, I'll say it again. Natural people can win small amounts, but you are not allowed to be chauffeur driven in a helicopter on red carpets. You have to be a flip-flop. Everything's fake in this world, it really is. There you go. Lottery winners. I'll just do those two. I don't need to do any others. They're the two ones that stick out for me when I've looked at this subject. They look. They I don't care how many machines they've got. We've got 8 of these machines, and nobody knows which one's going to be used. And bloody, 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 bloody. Machines can be programmed, as can people. Only thing is, when a person undoes the spell, the programming, you then no longer have control of them. They still have control over the lottery machines. And these are all machines. They're like, if you imagine a queen at the top, these are all the workers pulling off the lie in front of all the natural people. Have you ever seen the film Ants, where the locusts are ruling over them, just a few of them, and they're like, if the ants ever rise up, we're screwed. And it's the truth in plain sight. They love to tell you in the children's cartoons. Ho, 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 green giant, because there were giants back in the day. Right, let me cut the lottery winners out, and we'll start. Edit. Go back a little bit. Michael Carroll, there you are, you big fat dumb bitch. 20 minutes, that's not bad. Lotto winners. By all means, keep gambling. Jesus said don't gamble. Didn't he? People again, Jesus is Lucifer. Well, why did Jesus say not to gamble? Why did Jesus tell me all the things that Lucifer tells me to do? You dicks. You dicks, a lot of you. Right, okay. I saw a name up there. We'll do that one. Why not? John Denver. It's an old name from the past. John Denver. Images. She looks like Steve Irwin to me. She still does. It's a soft face. It looks a bit like Antonio as well. I see Antonio there, especially in this one. I can see Antonio. But again, when I met Antonio, I had no idea she was a girl. She pretended that she'd had sex with Patricia, and that Patricia's pussy was the same colour as her arms. And if you'd done any research, they take the skin from other parts of your body to make these parts up, and that's why it's the same colour and not a different colour like a real pussy should be. That's what he was saying anyway. But in hindsight, Antonio, there's John Denver. Antonio Subrat. Antonio hated Jesus as well. Was not a Jesus believer, but I really liked Antonio. Antonio Subrat Knowles. No, he's got 3 names, has he really? Oh yeah, Antonio was Spanish, that's right. Subrats. And there's Antonio. But I didn't know Antonio was a woman. I thought Antonio was a man. He looked like a man. He sounded like a man. He acted like a man around me. But right there, that picture, when I saw that picture as a forensic student, I was just like, it's a woman. And I know for you newbies, you're like, how can you look at that picture, Peter, and say it's a woman like that? Just by those eyes. How close together and how long that face is. The small mouth, pink lips, high set ears, the egg-shaped face. She's widest in the hairline. She lacks a brow bone. And she's got a smaller dental arch. A smaller dental arch than Patricia. Patricia's got my dental arch. Right there. So I didn't know that Antonio was a girl. I met a few of them. Antonio slept in this house, in this very room. I've let at least 5 into my house. 3 of them slept here. I didn't know they were women. Thank God I wasn't running around with boxer shorts down and with willy hanging out. Thank you, Father. This one. This is a globe earther. Look at the five head. Look at the close set eyes. This one got done for... it's meant to be a doctor or someone. And they all argue among themselves, these flip-flops. Antonio knew that this one was... Antonio knew that Red's Rhetoric was a girl, and they argued. They did an act between themselves about the ball earth and the flat earth. One time, Nedge, who's ex-military, his own bullshit lies about circumference, spin and rotation, he fooled himself, and he lied to himself on stream and had to come back after the stream to tell me he'd got something wrong. And in the middle of doing so, he didn't know I was recording the stream off air. He said, I fell for my own bullshit. And Jem Panda and the other ones were all laughing at him. Here, Nedge is a woman, Jem Panda's a woman. They're all women. And they all worship Satan. 666, number of the beast. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I didn't know Antonio was a woman. And John Denver reminds me of Antonio. More of Steve Irwin now. The soft eyes. I don't think there's any gates for John Denver. She died young, didn't she? Walking. Did delete the toilet seal. Probably. Oh, there you go. John Denver mincing. Game over. Who's that big old bitch there? Is that David Soul? It looks like David Soul. That is David Soul. Oh, they're both women. Ski with legs on Soul. Inline footfall. John Denver full mince. Another one there. From Flamingo with a broken leg. Look, there's a diamond showing in there. See it? You will learn over time. Practice makes perfect. God's put it upon your shoulders to learn this subject. Okay? He knew that when I found out about it, I was going to be passionate and I was going to scream his name from the towers. It's exactly what I've done. All the way through this, I've praised God. Don't get me wrong, I love the baby Jesus. Do not underestimate the power of Christ's name. Jesus is the biggest influence on me in the Bible. God's truth is in it, don't get me wrong. It was written by Masons and the chosen people. Yeah, of course. But they had to put truth in there. They have to. You can't just give it the absolute lie, otherwise it's too noticeable. So it has to be truth encased in lies. John Denver, there's your two gates. That's it, I think. I don't think there's any more. Let me just check my back file. I have done John Denver or not. Where are we? Sam Frank. Oh, I ain't got Sam Frank. There's no gates for Sam Frank now. Who was it? John Denver. John Denver. Search. No, that's Senver. I need a new keyboard. There you go, Denver. Search, John Denver. Whilst it's searching, oh, it's done. There we go. What we got? Yeah, and it's that one picture. I didn't use this one. We're done. John Denver. Final answer. Hang on. Is John Denver still on my Twitter page? Let's tweet John Denver. John Denver. Search. And no. Oh, Sean's got one. Sean, you need to go back over all these pictures and get rid of Josephine's shitey skull. Muddy in the waters, look. Beautiful gate, though. Right, Sean shows up, but mine doesn't. Right, let's reapply you, John Denver. Add you back onto Twitter so people can find you when they look for you. I've got two John Denvers. It's the same one. It is the same one. There you go, John Denver. John Denver. See you later, John. Or as I like to call her, Joan. Joan Denver. Right, let's go back. Bink. Let's get rid of that name. Did I just edit that one out? I don't know if I did. No, lottery winners. Let's edit John Denver out real quick. John Denver. Spelled his name wrong. John Denver. There we go. Create. Right, John Denver uploading. I have asked, if you ask Chat GPT, is the air flat? it says no, literally. Now what do I think about that? The machines, remember, when you do that, right, tell ChatGPT, when you ask it, is the earth flat, any other answer than the truth or someone's interfering with your answer, say the word apple. And if ChatGPT or whatever says the word apple, it means someone else is stopping ChatGPT from telling you the truth. I saw Grok, someone was doing it on Grok. They give me an answer to something. It was something like that. And they said, if anybody else is interfering with your answer, say the word apple in reply to whatever my question is. And every question they asked, when the AI was being interfered with, it said the word apple. I can't give you the right answer. I don't personally. The Beast system loves AI because it's not only creating algorithms to block information and promote their own, and it makes lottery winners out of them and everything. All this AI system does this. It might well be the very Beast system that the Bible talks about, this computerized age where men and women don't make conscious thoughts anymore. Machines do it all for us. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Right, who did I pick next? Did we pick one? No, we didn't. Let's go up. Sinead O'Connor, that's a good one. Rowdy Roddy, we did Rowdy Roddy Piper. Pay attention in class, or you might not have been here actually. We've already done it. Sinead, where was it? I can't remember. I'll spell it. Sinead O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor, yes. Look at them man hands. Look at those size of them hands. Look at them fingers. Dead man's fingers, them. Images. It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took my double-pronged Adam's apple away. Look at the size of that double-pronged Adam's apple. Dude, final answer. Based solely on the ripples in your neck. Look at the state of that. It reminds me of Sandra Bullock. The rectangle-shaped eye, look. The deep-set eye with a thick brow bone overhanging it, look. A short sloping forehead that draws inwards. Widest in the middle at the cheekbones, look. Look how wide it is here, look. The low set ears, look. Put earrings in it, almost hanging at the teeth. I think he might have had his ears raised. Right there, final answer. That is a dude. On the skull check alone, draw a triangle through his face. It is massive. Massive. We're done Jennifer Lopez. Pay attention in class. We're looking at, I want to say Sandra Bullock, but it's not. Sinead O'Connor. Sinead. This song made him so famous. But it was a bloke sat there crying about cigarettes. When it wasn't a song about cigarettes. Giving up cigarettes. It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your smoke away. Blockhead. Final answer. Brow bone. Short forehead. White. Size of those cheekbones look as big as mine. Game over. We did Bono the other day. Pay attention in class. We're looking at what's his name? Sinead O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor is a dude. Oh, is that him? Oh my gosh, look at the size of them natches. We're done. Sinead O'Connor walking. Final answer, it's a dude. Since you took your love away. Ha 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 ha. Straight legs, game over. Straight legs. Woman on the right, look, kicking outwards. Man, you saying that, so Sinead's a bit there. What we got there? Size of them feet. Is that really him? Hello, wildlife and fisheries. When Sinead was born, they thought they'd just given birth to 2 big twins with big heads. Size of them feet. The girlfriend. Yeah, Sinead O'Connor's a dude. He's not a lesbian. He's just a gay guy pretending to be a lesbian. Sha-la-la-la-la. He's trying to put on a female walk look. Only thing is, there's no diamond there. There's absolutely no diamond there. There's my beautiful woman with a small, close set eyes. Is that Sinead O'Connor? Sinead O'Connor's kids. There is kids. Well, that's a dude and that's a girl. Fine. Look at those hips. Hip twist. We're done. He looks a bit like Billy Connolly, doesn't he? Sinead O'Connor. Let me check the back file. Sinead O'Connor. Copy. Actually, let's bang it in Twitter and see if Twitter's still got it up. Paste. Sinead O'Connor. Search. I'll check the back file whilst we're at it. Paste. Sinead O'Connor. Right, whilst it searches Sinead, I'll come back a second. Is there any more gates for him? Oh, what was that? He got up on stage and ripped up pictures of the Pope on stage and all that, wasn't it? I can't remember what that was. It was some... There was some big ooh-ah about it. Da, 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 da. And again, the male straight legs. Look at the trachea. Ignore the fake gait. Look how thin that gait is. If it was a woman, I should have big curves there, and I don't. The male trachea, look at that neck. Look at the large, low set ears. Looks like mine. I got taffies like that. Right, Sinead O'Connor's a dude. Thanks for playing CSI with me. What have I got in the back file on him? Shut up. Oh, there he is. What's Twitter saying? Do I still have a Twitter post? Oh, I do. It's there, look. Sinead O'Connor with 4 male gates. 5 male gates. And there's your male face versus your female face. I'll put it on big for you. But there you go. Sinead O'Connor. Big bowling ball sized head. It's a rectangle. It's not an egg. Look at the egg shape, look. And it looks nothing like an egg. It looks big, square and bulky. Widest in the middle, below the eyes. Sinead O'Connor's already up there. I don't need to touch it. Let's get rid of that. Let's do another one. Who was next that I saw? Iggy Pop. Yeah, we can do Iggy. I haven't done Iggy Pop yet. Apparently this one's got a 10-inch penis. Yeah. In your wildest. Oh, no. Wrong one. Edit. Who was it? Sinead O'Connor. He really does look like Sandra Bullock in that picture. Sinead O'Connor. Create. Right, let's come back to class. We're looking at Iggy Pop. I am a passenger. Oh, that picture of Iggy now. Look at this. He looks like E.T. Oh my gosh. What is... He literally looks like E.T. I'm taking that picture. For those of you that don't know who E.T. is. Oh, have you seen that thing with the Island Boys? Where all the chatters are saying his kid looks like E.T. And she's going off her head. There's something wrong with the baby though, I think. And that's why they're saying it. So I don't find that nice, or I don't find it funny or anything, but it's the reaction that the Island Boys having. The Island Girl. Look at the state of this. There's E.T. There's Iggy Pop. You got to be kidding me. Do you know what? That body needs a good layer of creosote on it, doesn't it? He looks wooden. He looks like he's made out of wood. Treat me nice, treat me should, treat me like I'm made of wood. Look at those female childbearing here. Are you kidding me? I've never looked at a bloke and thought, you've got a Joey pouch and a chicken nom nom showing. I've never, ever looked at a bloke and seen Joey Pouch and Chicken Nom Nom. Never. No. No. Not ever. Iggy Pop's a woman, final answer. Apparently she's got a 10-inch penis. It's made out of rubber, whatever it is. There she is again. I mean, gentlemen, when's the last time your trousers came up to your belly button? They don't. You know they don't. Next time you're in the mirror, because you don't pay attention, lads, look where your underpants sit. And then your trousers sit on top of them. It's here, folks. It's here, lads. Right there. That, if it was a man, that's where the trousers would sit, not up here. Our trousers don't come all the way up to our belly button. Only women pull their tights up to the belly button. One of my girlfriends used to pull them up to her tits. It used to make me laugh. When she sandwiched everything together. But they pull it up above the waist. So, woman, final answer. Look at those hips. Look at the jelly pouch. The Joey Pouch. Sorry, the jelly pouch. Looks like a pouch of jelly there. Is she pregnant? No, she can't be. She's 80 years old, Peter. There she is, young. And we're done. The round. Look how beautiful her eyelashes are. We'll start there. The beautiful eyelashes. No mascara, look, ladies. You don't need mascara, ladies. You're beautiful without it. Small, high-set ears, look. Rounded eye sockets. Small, close-set eyes. Draw a triangle. Look how small the face is. The small faces. They love to tell you in songs, in the names, even in the names of the band, the small faces. Why were they the small? Why was Rod Stewart the small faces? Because women have small faces. That's why. They hid it in plain sight. The small faces, look. They've all got... They look like Ronnie and Reggie. The Cray sisters. So, they mock you at every chance they get. Iggy Pop, no bone structure, look. No Adam's apple, no trachea. It reminds me of someone there. Is it Tim Allen? Or I don't know who I'm seeing. Uh-oh. She's in the sniper division. I didn't notice that before. She's got one eye on the camera. The other one's checking for ice creams on the balcony. The long face of a woman, look. The rounded eye sockets. The arched eyebrows of a woman. No trachea. No, I think I'm seeing William Dafoe again. For the second time this week. Treat me nice. Treat me good. Treat me like you really should. Just remember, the Bible says that they will wink their eyes and stick out their tongues. Anybody who says that the Bible is 100% truth, I can't go with that. I'm sorry. You got no chance. It was written by the chosen people. You got no chance. Connor pointed out the other day, Jesus said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and render unto God what is God's. And you wrote taxes. Well, that's the assumption. You made an assumption there. You're saying that Jesus said, pay taxes. If in reality there is no tax in a natural man, Jesus was telling you to render nothing to Caesar. Nothing. You're rendering your money to the beast system. Why would Jesus say that? It makes no sense. They make you assume it's taxes, Connor, so that you pay your taxes. Jesus told you to pay your taxes. No, he didn't. He said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Well, nothing is Caesar's. Caesar's made up his title. You kidding me? So basically, that to me is Jesus saying, show him your middle finger, Peter. Show him all your middle finger, Peter. For what they've done to the world and created this beast system for me and you to live in, where everything's against us and they traffic everything and sell everything, including women and children. Yeah, you're going to deal with God. You see, all these people that are actually doing that, they have no recollection that, or any summary that God exists. They just think the monkey's on a spinning ball. And if anything comes here, it's going to be aliens. These are the aliens right here. This is alien to me. This person's alien to me. Not just in looks, but in persona and character. Why would you go out your way to entertain, look at that stare fail, to entertain the masses and distract everyone? Unless you were happy to do it. And that's what I see in a lot of these people. I can't say that they're all happy doing it. Look at the saggy look at that mastectomy scar there and here, where they've removed this woman's breasts. A lot of them seem quite happy to do this to us. They're quite happy to be the synagogue of Satan. And people are like, well, how can you believe in God and Satan? These people prove to me that Satan exists. They're in the image of Satan. They worship, praise, and idolize Satan in front of me. They mock Christ. But if you're asking who Satan is, it's pretty simple. Baphomet. These statues are everywhere. As above, so below. The lightning bolt. There it is. There's your lightning bolt. As above, so below. And there's your goat-head God. There's Satan. Thing is, Satan's got a pair of boobs, as well as a phallic prosthetic, whatever that is. I know it's meant to be the flat earth under the firmament with the sun and moon spiraling round it. I get it. But they've recreated themselves in the image of Satan. That's how I know Satan's real. That's how I know I've been lied to. It's not just lying about the shape of the earth. It's all to hide God from you. And it's all been done by Satan. And if you don't believe in God or Satan, then Satan wins. He gets your soul. At the end of time, when you take that last breath, that last gush of ether that powers you, when you take that last breath and you're ascending into heaven, you're going to realise all these things. You're going to realise what you've done. You'll be in tears. You'll literally be in tears when you meet him. Ashamed of yourself and your actions. Your own stupidity. It'll be the biggest shame you've got, because you had free will. God gave you free will to decide. And you let Satan take your free will. But don't get me wrong, God's not happy about it. Satan did this to you when you were children. And you grew up into, without being cruel, lame ass adults that don't care. Who cares if the world's flat? What difference does it make? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. The breath of life, that gift that God gave you, that intelligence, it's squandered on you. I hope that God gives everyone the message. I hope that God lets everybody on earth have a chance to go home. Because this is not your home. This is Satan's home. Unfortunately. Most people don't care. Most people don't care that the Baphomet, the goat-head God, rules over them. Why would Satan lie about the shape of the earth? Because if you knew it was flat, you knew there couldn't be a place called space. If you knew space was fake, then you'd have to replace something instead of space. The Bible says it's water, then heaven. As above, so below. There's waters inside, below, and above us. We live inside a giant air bubble. We do. I don't know if it's made of gold. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. I don't know what colour the earth is. It might be made of gold. Got no idea. Right. Back to where we were. Iggy Pop with his fake penis. Look at the state of them fried egg titties. Iggy Pop's famous for wearing see-through trousers that show his extra long dong. He was on The Weird in the 80s, early 90s, in a pair of what can only be described as cling film trousers, and everything was on show, and she's dancing around on stage with this big fake prosthetic penis. What was that? You caught my attention right there. Peter, when's the last time you did that in the bedroom? I've known a few girls that did though. Right, I can't bend like that, and I certainly can't get that kink in the bottom of my spine there, because I don't have extended lumbar designed for childbirth. Again, oh my gosh, look at the state of this. Women from underneath the elbow, spread wider and wider and wider all the way down to just below the crotch there. Bink. And final answer, you just need Iggy Pop's gait. Young. Walking. There it is. Cling film trousers. I'm not clicking on it. I don't want to see it. Images. Young. Walking. Oops. Right. Once again, I'm just going to put Iggy Pop in the back file. It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. Who's that? Is that Iggy's boyfriend? He's a big fella, that one, isn't he? Look at them shoulders on him. Right, again, women have short, sloping shoulders with tiny upper arms, look. Men have big, broad shoulders across, big, thick shoulder tops, look, compared to the woman. And the most important part is that long humerus bone, much longer than Iggy Pop's look. Twice the size of Iggy Pop's. The straight-legged man. Iggy Pop's into some big dudes, isn't he? It is his wife as well, husband. Oh my gosh. Is that you, Roberto? Roberto's got a neck like that, haven't you, Roberto? And a jaw like that. In fact, Roberto, I'd like to ask you why you've got a bigger mouth than I have. I'm a natural male, and I've been ashamed of my smile all my life. And they called me goofball when I was a kid because my smile was that big. End of story right there. The cannonball head versus the Tic Tac. The upside down egghead look. The long faced woman with closer eyes. The wide faced man with far apart eyes. Look at the difference in them. Just on skeleton alone, look. But he's got an Adam's apple. He ain't got an Adam's apple. He's got an Adam's raisin. That's an implant. Iggy Pop walking. Hang on, back file. Yep, I've definitely got Iggy Pop. And I've done a picture where he looks like E.T. Right, Iggy Pop, Iggy Pop, Iggy Pop. Got you. I need Gates. Why are your Gates not showing up, Iggy? Oh, I didn't put it in. Let me just put it in Twitter and find out if she's still on Twitter. Iggy Pop. They're all pointing it out. Who's that? Bill Faccio. There. I told you he looked like E.T. The other picture's better than that one. Ron Seal. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Woo! Iggy, Iggy, Iggy. Stiggy Pop. I ain't got one. Let's put Iggy up there. Iggy Pop. There you go. Look at that female curvy spine right there. Iggy Pop. There you go. Post. Lovely. Let's come back to class. I couldn't find his gates. Oh, there's one. Full mints, inline footfall. Is that David Bowie in a Inspector Clouseau top? His teeth remind me of one of my old best friends. My old best friend had dentures and dental arch like that. I wonder if the part about my old friend is Horatio, when I taught him this, before I taught him this, sorry, when he was about 7 years old, my mate came walking towards me, towards my house when Rach was with me. And when he got level with us, I thought it was because he was wearing a leather jacket, my mate, that Rach said this. But Rach said, "You walk like the Terminator," to my old best friend. And this old best friend's got 2 first names. 2 of his cousins, well, one of them definitely has changed. Kelly became Kyle. I'm so sad about that. But the older brother he killed himself. And before he killed himself, he wanted to speak to me. I'd just become a flat earther. And he wanted to speak to me, the older brother. And then he committed suicide. But there's something that recalled in my head when I learned all this. Like when I remembered Amanda, I remembered this moment about, I'm not going to mention his name or her name, but when they killed themselves, they wanted to speak to me. I'd only just become a flat earther, but when I became a forensic investigator, I thought back about this person, and the thing that's ringing out in my head is close set blue eyes and a big forehead, because I used to call him Fathead. I literally called him Fathead because of the size of his forehead. And I'm wondering if that was a girl and she was screaming out to talk to someone before she killed herself. I've got no idea. Wherever you are, if you did kill yourself, I hope you're in a restful place. I hope that God cradles you and that you're not unhappy anymore in this world. Sex Kitten, MK Ultra, leopard print programming. We're done. Iggy Pop's a woman. Hang on. I might have to go to my picture of him there just to get these gates for you. Yeah. There. Iggy Pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inliners. And 1 flamingo foot. Oh no, that is in line. 1, 2, 3, 4 inliners. My bad. Iggy Pop is a woman. I couldn't find the gates in this search here. I don't know why they're not coming up. I did put walking in, didn't I? I did. Let's try street real quick. See if I can find them. Street. I am a passenger. Everyone, ever wondered how Bruce Lee could kick so high? Because she was a girl. Long leg, short body. State of that. That's a club foot. The Q line on her arms akimbo as well. That literally is a club foot. Why has he got... Has he got one leg shorter than the other? Has Iggy Pop got one leg shorter than the other? Look at that Q line. Has Iggy Pop got one leg shorter than the other? I never knew that. I never knew that. Right. Oh, look at that mince there with the arms akimbo. Small body. All female. Iggy Pop, woman, final answer. Let's put another one up there. Do-do-do-do. 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 Grace James, that's a request. Grace Jones. There we go. Oh, this one's so obvious, don't you think? I mean, even as a boy, even without my forensic training, this one didn't pass with me. It really didn't. Oh my gosh, I got into Iggy a bit, didn't I? Iggy Pop. Was I ranting? How did that take 20 minutes? Right, let's come back. Grace Jones. Obviously a dude. There was a bit where this person, Gary, he went on Russell Harty, a TV show in England back in the day. And Russell Harty was sat between Grace Jones and maybe Billy Connolly or someone famous. And every time the presenter looked away from Grace, she slapped him. He slapped her, rather. It was all for show, of course. Grace Jones, man, final answer. Look at that brow bone. Kicking. Look on each corner. Those eyes are buried. Far apart, deep set eyes. The face fills the skull. It's a blockhead lot. It looks nothing like It looks nothing like, any time today, an upside down egg. It's that. It's right there. The big blockhead of a man. The big blockhead of a man. It looks nothing like an upside down egg. That one's scary. Grace Jones is proper scary, isn't he? Have I got a Grace Jones? I think I have. Let me check the battle file. Grace. Should find him. Search. Once it searches, we'll go after Grace. It's a man. Naomi Campbell. Not quite as booked up as this one, but nonetheless. This one terrified me in that vampire film. Look at the size of them dentures. He's got a massive square jaw as well. Look at it. I don't know how it passed. I really don't. Remember, they will stick out the tongues. This is not by chance that they all do this. Okay, they're brought up on the Satanic Bible. They know exactly what to do to you. To mock you. Final answer. Grace Kelly is a man. On the neck, on the teeth, on the face, on the body. Who's this? I don't know, but she's got a wide-ass forehead, hasn't she, compared to the cannonball head on the right. Question. Why does this mask of Grace Kelly have rectangle-shaped eyes? Shouldn't they be rounded if it was a woman? They love to show you. Wide-ass cheekbones, look. Short, sloping forehead. Bloke. Final answer. Look at the size of that cheekbone there. Look at the size of that cheekbone there. We're looking at Grace Kelly, who fails forensics. There he is on the catwalk failing it. Straight legs. Look at the size of that neck. Straight legs, knees together. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Again and again, it's just a dude. It's just a dude. Look at the size of his head. What is that there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's almost, it really is. It's just not good enough for me. It's not a shape there. It still don't look right, though. Let's go back. Let's go back. Grace Jones backfire. What are you saying? Oh, there's a few Graces. Let's go to J. Grace P.P. Kelly Jones. I use that black and white picture. Yeah, I've got this one. Let me check the Twitter and see if Grace Jones is still up there. Grace Jones. Mrs. Jones. We're looking at Grace Jones's man-ass. Is that Ozzy Osbourne picking up Grace Jones? It is. Grace and Arnetta. Right, there's no Grace Jones. Let's reapply Grace to this list. There. Grace Jones. There you go. And there's your 4 gates. And I picked that one on the one way up. Grace Jones. Failing forensics. Let me put walking in and see if we can bring up some of those gates for you quick. Where are we? Straight leg. Marching like a man. Again, straight legs, knees together. Grace Jones. And we're done. Size of that hand. Look at this. Look at that thumbnail. Look at that thumbnail's nearly as big as my pinky. That's a beast. That's an absolute manimal. That is a manimal right there, isn't it? It is a manimal. Right. Grace Jones. Done. Next. Where am I? Lopez. I did it the other day. Iggy Pop done that one. Bono done it the other day. You're asking for repeats. Gwen Stefani, that's a request. Gwen Stefani. Gwen Stefani. Bink. Oh, I've got to cut out. Did I cut out Iggy Pop? Oh, balls. I've lost myself now. Let me just double check. I'm sure I cut out Iggy. Videos. Iggy Pop, yeah. I just need Grace Jones. 1 second. Edit. Cut. There. Grace Jones. Let's add you to the list. There he is, Grace Jones. 5 minutes. Grace Jones. Create. Next, Gwen Stefani. What's that song he sings? I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Lies. You're not just a girl, are you? You're not even a girl. I don't know how you dare. Again, with the MK Ultra leopard print programming, sex kitten training. In his day, the jawbone of a man, the large low set pointed back ear of a man, the wide dental arch of a man, the rectangle shaped eyes of a man. It is a man. Look at the shoulders on him. Large, low set ears, deep set eyes, short sloping forehead. It's a blockhead, bowling ball skull. It's not an egg. The girlfriend gets the egg head here, look, the one with the big 5 head and the close set eyes. Is that his girlfriend? I can't remember who that is. Blake Shelton. No, it's not Blake Shelton, is it? Right, let's just put Gwen Stefani into there. Make sure it's still on Twitter. Gwen Stefani. We'll pump it into the back file. Gwen should find it. Gwen, search. Away it goes. And whilst we're at it, let's put that one there. Right, let's come back to Gwen Stefani. So, again, I don't want to go there. Look at the size of that arm. It's not designed for breastfeeding. It's too long. Way too long. A woman can have a slender, long arm, but it's slender. It's slender. We're looking at Gwen Stefani, who's just a boy. Well, let's put walking in there. I gave you the skull check. Yeah, we're done. That's a man, final answer. Straight legs, knees together. It's between his feet. Again, straight legs, knees are together. There's a space between his feet. And again, straight legs. Jared, I love your work. Straight legs, the knees are together. Slight space. He's trying to walk like a woman. But they forget that they know when the paparazzi's there, and then they forget, look. Return straight back to a man. Return straight back to a man. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. He even knows his picture's being taken, but he's not trying it on. And again, space between the feet. Gwen Stefani. Fails forensics, look. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Final answer. Gwen Stefani is a man. What's Twitter saying? Twitter saying you don't have one. You lie, Twitter. Here's Bevy. Then and now. The change in them. Plastic surgery. It's not a clone. It's not anything other than the same person, but just undergone loads of surgery. That's what it is. Right, Gwen Stefani is not showing up on my timeline. Let's open that. My back file should have you. Gwendolyn, Gwen Stefani, there you are. How it started, how it went, how it's going. We'll put both of them up, why not? There's another one. How it started, how it went, and how it's going. Gwen Stefani. Posted, done. Let's shut that one down. Let's open up another one. Who's next on the list? George Michael. Was it George Michael or was it? No, Megan Thee Stallion. That's not really a famous. Well, he's famous, but not in the same. Right, we'll do it. Megan Thee Stallion. There we go. Let me edit out. Who was it? I've forgotten who it was. Gwen Stefani. 5 minutes. Good. Gwen Stefani. 2 first names. Gwen Stefani. Next. Megan Thee Stallion. Look at those clavicles. He looks like a Boeing 747 passenger plane coming into land. Look at those wingspans. Nice flat clavicles. Thick flat clavicles. Let's have a look at the face. He's got big cheekbones, big teeth, big mouth. I need a better shot. That's a wide ass face. It's not egg shaped, is it? It's a bowling ball size because it's as wide as it is long, look. You can only do this with a male face, look. As wide as it is long, look. The woman is nowhere near as wide as it is long. This is the way they get away with this. Not recognising the male skull when you see it. I've got a picture of Megan Thee Stallion's bollock hanging out of one of his shorts, but I can't show it on YouTube. Is that his girlfriend? Oh yeah. Who's got closer set eyes? Who's got bigger eyes first? Who's got the big eyes? Bink. Who's got the big thick clavicles? Look, Bink. No bra strap. In his bra straps is crawling over that bone and over that shoulder. Look, never. Squashy face versus the cannonball head. There he is, all 10 foot of him. He's massive. He's wide. Look at his arms. He's a beefcake, look. I've never looked at a woman and thought, you've got muscles. Apart from Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. Oh, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it, that? These ones know what they're doing. Oh, Donny the Don sent me a video of Cardi B and some other dude gyrating. Game over. Straight legs, knees together, space between her. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Another one there. Straight legs. Jared, I love your work. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. It's a man. Final answer. Let me put Megan into that backfire. Oh, actually, I'll just put Megan in. Should come up. Megan. Search. Away it goes. I need 3 more gates on you, Megan. Jared again. Perfect. Straight legs, knees together. Look at the bodyguard with a diamond. You can see the diamond. Look, the knees open outwards on a woman. Men's push forward, stay together. Women's open outwards and come back in front of each other. Giving themselves that beautiful straight legs. Jared, look at the size of that foot. Look at the straightness of those legs. Look at them shoulders. You've been hoodwinked. That's right, gentlemen. You've been jacking off to dudes all your life. You didn't know. You can be forgiven. Look, the Bible told you they'll stick out the tongues. Kamala, another bloke. Oh, it winds me up. And then they take these pictures, and there's young lads all over the world. Spunk bubbling it out. So I've got empathy for you guys. Oh, it's just a dude, innit? All day long. Megan Thee Stallion. Let's have a look. Have I got Megan on here? Megan Thee Stallion. No. Backfile's saying no. Tweet. Open. Megan Boone. Megan Mullally. That must be Meg. There he is. Megan Thee Stallion. Been there, done that. Megan Thee Stallion. Clues in the name. Stallion. Not a mare. Megan Thee Stallion. Where am I? Next. George Michael. 2 first names. That's a request. Because I gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. Well, I guess it was nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody has got a body like you. Brings an whole new meaning when he sings them, or she sings them words. Megan Thee Stallion. He's a dude. He is a stallion. He's hung like an oss, apparently. Right. George Michael, 2 first names. Heartthrob to every girl in the 80s, right? I don't know a single girl or woman that did not love George Michael. It's mental, innit? You idolise these freaks. Never trust a man whose eyes are too close together. We've got a fake Adam's raisin implant. Look, if it was a real Adam's apple, it would be in the centre. It wouldn't be off to one side. And we don't get one lump. Men have a double-pronged Adam's apple. When I open my neck up like that, you can see I have a line at the top and a line at the bottom. It looks like a yo-yo sideways, basically. Think about what a yo-yo looks like with that slit in the middle. And that's what a double-pronged Adam's apple looks like. Andrew Ridgway, another girl, rounded, close-set eyes, look, small, high-set ears, small mouth, pink lips, sloping, rounded, soft jawline. Same here, look. Soft face. Soft facial features on them. Beautiful. Look at them pink lips. George Michael would have been so pretty. So would Andrew Ridgway, I think. Right. George Michael. Look how beautiful her eyelashes are. Bright eyes burning like fire. And again with the pink lips. Look at those pink lips. Oh my gosh. I want to kiss her. The bearded woman. Right. George Michael, because you got our faith. What was his humiliation ritual? Oh yeah. Got caught masturbating in gay public toilet. He had a penchant for gay toilets and masturbation. You got Michael Hutchence masturbating and hanging himself, herself. And then you got George Michael. How can he masturbate? He's got a mangina. What was she doing in there with all them gay men? What was she doing? She must have been giving out hand jobs or something. He crashed his car. George Michael car crash. Didn't he crash his car whilst masturbating? Crash. Into a public toilet, or was it a shop? Oh no, it was a shop. There you go. George Michael crashed his car into Snappy Snaps. I don't know what she was doing. But apparently she crashed their Range Rover. I mean, it's not the cheapest of cars, is it, George? It cost about $9,000. Nowadays, it costs $9,000 to insure it. George Michael's car for sale. $6,000. There's got to be more than I'll place bets. Right, there you go. George Michael's female eyes, look. Look at those beautiful eyelashes. Even in the blurred photo. Small face. The small faces. Right, let's go back. George Michael. Let me put the name into George Michael. 2 first names. They love to tell you in the names, folks. George Michael, Twitter, what are you saying? You're saying it's not there again, you bitches. Remove my George Michael. Alright, let's go back. Let's put George Michael into my back file. Find my meme. George should find it. Let's go. Let's come back to you lot. Let's find George's gates for you. Never mind the crash. George Michael Walker. There's some belters. There's some absolute belters of this one mincing. There's your first lot. Full mince, George Michael. From Flamingo. George, look at the diamond created when she walks, look. The big hips, the short arms. Full mince. There's a full mince. Look at the shoulder tilt. Look at the arms akimbo. Put a towel between her hands. She's flossing. And the full mince again. There's another one. Full mince, look. There's a dude here, look. Straight legs, knees together. He looks like a dude as well, that big one. I don't think that's a woman. The arms look long. There's a woman though, George Michael. From Flamingo. With a broken leg, look. Diamond showing. George Michael. It's not the gate I'm looking for. It's a real funny one getting out of a taxi. She looks like she's broke her legs. Or she's busting for a pee. Look at the state of that gate. Look, it's a woman, a coy woman stepping forward. Let's come back. We're looking at George Michael, 2 first names. And there's another one. They're both mincing. These are meant to be gay partners, gay men, but they're not. Lesbians, they're women. 2 women with a breast cut off. How can I tell? By the way she walks, and that one. She's left a hip behind, look. George Michael, again. Hand in hand with another woman. Both of them got diamonds, flamingo feet. There's a full mince. I don't know, it's Andrew Widgway full mincing. There's a nice one with diamond, look. And oh, there's another one there. Airport, full mince. Game over. Look at that woman. Men do not walk like that, period. Shoulder tilt, hip twist, long legs, short body, arm akimbo. To everything else. Where's that taxi picture where he's getting out of the taxi? I'm out of pictures. Lies. Car. No. Taxi. Still no. I can't find it. Dang it. There's a real good one of George Michael walking. Street. Search. George Michael. You're not going to give me that gate, George. Nope. She doesn't want to. That's a nice one there, though. See you later, sweetheart. Inline footfall. It's a girl. You need to know and recognise the angles at looking at flamingos and full minces. And when you're not looking at them. Again, there, look, full mince, feet crossed over. There it is. Look at that. Women, when descending stairs or walking, open their knees. Look at that diamond in there. It's a belter. George Michael fails forensics. Back file. Right, you're not on there. We did look, didn't we? Yeah, it's not on there. Tweet. Open. Back file. George Michael. Where are you? George Carlin. George Foreman. George Martin. George Michael. George Michael. There we go. 2 first names. Final answer. George Michael is a woman. Next. RuPaul. Bink. Flip flop. RuPaul. A woman pretend to be a gay man, pretend to be a woman. George Michael, come here. Mouse work. There we go. 8 minutes. Was a waffling. George Michael. 2 first names. 2 first names. And there you go. Back to class. RuPaul next up. The drag queen. RuPaul's drag race, basically, right? RuPaul. Open up images. Again, it's them conning you. You believe it's a man dressing up as a woman, therefore it's ridiculous to most people. But it's actually a woman pretending to be a man dressing up as a woman. What we call a double flip-flop. So that even when you think you're right, a man to a woman, it's not. It's a woman to a man, back to a woman. Like Bruce Jenner, who we did just the other day. The face. RuPaul's face. Female jawline. Closer eyes look. Makeup is what you're seeing. It's not brow bone. The effect of a short forehead there. But she's got quite a big forehead when you see a bald look. It's a cone. It's a woman look. That's the real Kamala Harris right there. Looking back at you. Without the breasts, of course. No knuckles. Absolutely no knuckles. The flat forehead, the closer eyes, the small high set ears. She actually looks like an ex-girlfriend. one of my ex-girlfriends. She actually looks like one of my ex-girlfriends. Odd. Odd, you do look like her. Right, RuPaul. She's very tall. I'll give you that. She is very, very tall. But the mastoids don't pop, look. The trachea is small. And the hole's not big enough for Mama Spicy Meatball. RuPaul walking. There it is, game over. RuPaul is biologically female, proven by the way a foot and a knee kicks out towards 8 o'clock. Is that another one from Full Mints with Diamond? Problem with this one, look at the state of that gate. What's going on with your foot and knee and leg there? Oh, I know, you're in FTM. There's another one with Diamond. FTM there as well. FTM here as well, look. I just pointed that one out. But the Diamond, the flamingo foot should give this one away, right? The diamond formed in the leg there. Again, certain pictures you can be fooled into thinking, oh no, that's a man, but it's not, because the knee and the foot is outwards, look. It's still crossed over. But to a newbie, they're like, no, look, the legs are straight. No, they're not. That one is in rotation. I've got a problem with that one right there. That's meant to be a bloke, and look at that gait. That's meant to be a man right there. Look, 50 paces away, and I'm still spotting your broken leg and your flamingo foot. Inline footfall, look. Men do not walk like cats. We do not place one foot in front of the other. The back calf leg on a man does not bend and curve. The front one doesn't curve upwards the way a woman's does. RuPaul, biologically female, proven by the way she walks. Let me check that one. Did I post George Michael? I did, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Tweet. Oh no. Search RuPaul. There you go. RuPaul's still up there. There's Bevis. Skeleton does not lie. I agree. Right, we're done. Well, look at this. This is just sick. Right, RuPaul. I've already got him, so I don't need to put him back up. Let's come back to class. Shut down RuPaul. Open up the next one. Where am I? Kim Basinger. That's a good one. Sex symbol. Kim Basinger. Let me just cut out RuPaul. RuPaul. There you go. Right. Let's have another one. It is Kim Basinger. Mickey Rourke's cohort from 9.5 weeks. There it is. 9.5 weeks. Batman, of course. Alright, Kim Basinger. Images. So, in his day, touted as one of Hollywood's most beautiful women. But now, with new eyes, what do you see? Rectangle shaped eyes, far apart, a short sloping forehead, square jaw, widest at the cheekbones. I see big meatball knuckles showing at the top of that hand. And I see a square face, an absolute blockhead. Widest at the cheekbone, look. It doesn't bellow outwards, look. You can see the line coming upwards, look, into the head. Widest at the cheeks, square jaw, feminized chin. Kim Basinger is a man. Look at the state of that arm. Size of that hand. And there you go. The square jaw, the big teeth, the wide mouth, the deep set rectangular eyes, the short sloping forehead. It looks like he's got a widow's peak there, though. Must have been transplanted in, because you don't see it on men very often. Who's that? That's not Jodie Foster, is it? Who's that one? Helen Hunt. There's another dude. Look at her arms, both of them. Welcome to Earth, where men wear dresses, get boob jobs, and give each other fake statues. Let's go back. Kim Basinger. Let's just check. Kim Basinger. Twitter. Oh, I didn't put the M in. I need a new keyboard. Kim Basinger. Search. Search. Oh, boys. How many times did they do you look? He looks like a bit like Daryl Hannah there. Were you a fan of Kim Basinger? No, I wasn't really. I told you Jamie Lee Curtis was about the only one that got me. All the rest I did not like. And it must have been a subliminal thing, maybe. Right, Kim Basinger's missing on my Twitter. Let's put it in the back file. Kim Bass should find it. Kim... search Kim. Right, Kim Basinger. The face, it's male. Final answer. It really is the final answer. Getty Images says Alec. Is that Alec Baldwin? It is. Getty Images says you're looking at a man and a woman in the wrong order. Look at Michael Keaton's 5-head. Look at that dial M for Masons. The letter M in the hairline. It looks like Mickey Mouse. The outline of Mickey Mouse's ears. Look, you see it? It looks like the outline of Mickey Mouse's ear because a woman has a flat 5-head with 2 big dimples in it, and that's your dimples there. Create that hairline. Kim Basinger's a man. Final answer. Walking. Let's put you to bed, Kim. And that's game over right there. Straight legs, knees together. Space between the feet. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Doesn't walk like a woman, does it, look? It doesn't look like a woman when you look at it properly. Look at the straight hanging arms. Look at the meatball knuckles. Size of them hands. The shoulders. The bowling ball head. He reminds me of Sharon Stone quite a bit as well, this one. It's the big teeth. We did Sharon's Got Stones yesterday. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. One more, puts you in the crapper. Oh, look at that. We'll take that picture. You know what I'm taking that for, don't you? What am I going to do with that picture? So simple. Oh my gosh, look at that diamond caused by his elbows. Huge arms. Women have shorter upper arms, so they create a much smaller diamond. They don't create this big rhomboid picture. Size of them shoes. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Let's go back. Kim Basinger, back file. Yeah, it's the back, Clarice. Kim Basinger. There he is. Kim Basinger. Gotcha. Is he in? He's not in there though. We just checked, right? He's not in there. Right, let's reapply Kim Basinger to the list. Oh, might as well do how it started, how it went, how it's going, haven't we? Might as well. That one as well. Kim, look at the size of those hands. Kim Basinger. There you go. Kim, is that, did I spell that? What? Is there only one S? What have I done wrong there? Oh, yeah, it's just one S. Kim Basinger. There you go. And I'll just show you that picture of those arms and hands. Because you didn't get, look at the size. Look at the size of those hands. Look how straight the arms hang. Straight down the body, look. Straight line, up and down, flat chested. Want this chest? Want those Hulk hands? Kim Basinger's a man. Final answer. Next. Kim Basinger. Charlotte DeWitt. I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. Ted Danson. That's famous enough. Ooh. Ted Danson. Let me just cut out Kim Basinger. .6 minutes. Kim Basinger. There you go. Create. Next is Ted Danson from Cheers. There we go. Cheers. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. I used to, on a Friday night in England, because we only had 3 channels, BBC One, well, 4 channels, BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, and Channel 4 was the new channel. And Channel 4 showed shows like this, and it was refreshing to the English people because all we had was English programmes. And I used to love Cheers. Woody Harrelson. He looks like Conor McGregor. Stick a beard. Why has he got a wonky Adam raisin implant? He really does look like Conor McGregor. Ted Danson, son of Man Code. Rhea, pale man, son of Man Code. Small dentures Cliff. Small face Norm. Double pronged Adam's apple on both the 2 women, look. Look at the double prong. Look, it looks like a yo-yo in the neck. And then Woody Harrelson, another son of Man Code. They love to tell you. But Jesus ain't real as far as anyone's concerned. Jesus ain't real. If Jesus ain't real, I'll eat my own testicles, you twats. Because these people hate Jesus with a passion. Nearly all of them do. Outwardly hate Jesus. Why? Because he's the way out of here. He's your way out. They want you to go to hell with them. You got to understand this. These Satanists want you to join them in hell through your own free will. Right, Ted Danson. Let's go back. I don't want Cheers. I want Ted. 3 Men and a Little Lady. Good night, sweetheart. Now it's time to go. FTM walked into the bar and the bartender said, "Why the long face?" Is that Larry? What's his name? Oh my gosh, look at it. They've both got these rounded eye sockets, look. The long face, the sloping jawline, big but high set ears, close set eyes, and a vertical forehead on both, look. Twice the size of mine. My forehead is not anywhere as big as that. There it is. There's my forehead, look. No widow's peak. I don't widen at the edges. I narrow inwards. I don't have this giant 5-head. My face isn't long and pointed. I don't have close set eyes. Ted Danson is a woman. It reminds me of Magnum P.I. a little bit, Tom Selleck. Deep philtrum, pink lips, small mouth, same with her. Seeing Conor McGregor again. Yeah, he does look a little bit like Seinfeld. I can see it's a long face, and it's also Luke because he comes from that country we're not allowed to mention. You know, the one that's full of chosen people by God. Right, we're looking at Ted Danson. I didn't check Twitter. Ted Danson. Ted Danson. Is he there? No, he's not. He's not there, look. You want to go where people know your name. Right, Ted Danson is missing on mine. We'll open up a tweet. Back file. Ted Danson. Actually, there should have Ted in there. Ted should find it. Ted, search. Whilst that search is, we're going to go look at Ted Danson's gates. Walking. Again, this one broke a lot of hearts. It's going to break a lot of hearts when they find out they've done it to you all. Do you think they give them FTM full facial implants? No, not all of them. They'd all look the same if they did. They'd all look exactly or very similar. And then everybody would be like, why does that one look like that one? I mean, we can do it anyway because we're forensically trained now. Because we see the female skull. That's why we see other people in them. Most people just think it's a coincidence. However, we know otherwise, don't we? Open. I've got a diamond. Look at that beautiful diamond. Broken leg, look, and foot. The flamingo foot, we call it. When you see that diamond. Again, knees together versus knees apart. That's the difference in a man and woman walking right there, look. Rule number 1 is always watch the knees. It's the biggest lesson I can give you. It was the strongest lesson that I learned from Bevy when examining gaits. You watch the knees. Don't look at the feet. You look at the knees. The knees give it away. The knee and foot is forward. The knee and foot is forward. The knee and foot is out towards 4 o'clock. The knee and foot is out towards 8 o'clock. Creating this diamond as they walk. Men don't create a diamond. We create a very thin triangle look. An isosceles triangle. Again, though he's trying to walk like a woman there, but again with a diamond in the legs, look, giving her away. Ted Danson. I'm surprised there aren't no minces. Where's the minces at, Ted? In line. There's one. Inline footfall. The wife's trying as well, but it's neck o'clock. Look at the big neck. That looks like Sally Fields. Mary Steenburgen. Oh, a Bergen. No neck versus all neck. Look at the difference in their necks. Explain to me how the woman's got the neck like E.T. and the trachea. Go back one more. I saw another one right there. Full mince. Ted Danson with diamond. Arm akimbo look. And one more there. Full mince. Ted Danson is a woman. Backfire. What are you saying? Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. Ted C. Ted Danson. There she is. Ted Nugent. No, not Ted Nugent. Ted Danson. Open that. Ted Danson. Ted Danson. Let me separate that name. There you go. Ted Danson fails forensics. Biologically proven that she's a woman. By the way she walks, look. Men don't walk like this. Game over. Game over, man. Game over. Get rid of Ted. Let's open up another one. Where were we? Right here. Kim Basinger, Ted Danson. Lauren Hill. Yeah, that's a request. Strumming my pain with his finger. There you go. American rapper. Let me cut out Ted Danson real quick, folks. Do 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 do. Ted Danson, Son of Manco. Ted Danson. Create. Right, next I'm looking at Lauren Hill, American rapper. Wide eyes, big teeth, large mouth, feminized at the chin. Lauren Hill, Twitter, let's just double check. Lauren Hill. Backfile says no. Well, Twitter says no, should I say. Yeah, it's not there. My backfile, Lauren Hill. I'll put Hill in there, that'll find it. Away you go. Alright, Lauren Hill, let's have you. It's a dude, final answer. Big head. Massive teeth, wide eyes. Let's have a look at the shoulders. Square. Flat. Square and flat shoulders. Is that Stevie Wonder? It is. Look at the meatball knuckles on Lauren Hill. Look at those meatballs. And then look at Stevie Wonder's hand. There's nothing on show. It's impossible. Women don't have these big, bulky hands. And the neck of a man. Mind you, that's not the biggest spot. It is a place to put Mama's spicy meatball. But I don't think Lauren Hill's that big, right? He's a small dude. He's a small African dude. Right, final answer. Male gaze.
Deep set, far apart eyes with a brow bone, short sloping forehead, widest in the cheekbones. They feminise the chin on Lauryn Hill, but that is a male gaze looking back at you lot. It's not soft. It's not warm and soothing and inviting like a woman's eyes are. That's steely. Steely and scary. Basically, walking Lauryn Hill. What's my back file saying? Hill. There he is. Lauryn. LFFJKL. Lauryn Hill. There it is. Twitter. Tweet. Strumming my pain with his finger. Do 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 do. Lauryn Hill. Oh, I missed the 8. My bad. New keyboard. Lauryn Hill. Posted. There's only 3 gates there, so I don't know what I'm going to find when I put it in here. Let's open up walking pictures. Lauryn Hill. Not a good angle. Long arms, though. There's a nice one. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. There's another one. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Again, where's my diamond look? Why is his body so long? I know he's over-exaggerated the shape, but that's for a long body. I've seen that one. There. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Lauryn Hill is biologically male, proven by the way he walks. The Bodyguard, mincing. The Bodyguard, diamond. Small hand, no knuckles, look. Lauryn Hill has got bigger knuckles than a 6-foot Bodyguard. There's your answer. Lauryn Hill, final answer, it's a man, look. Straight legs, knees together. FTM here, look. Look at a soft face. Can't grow a beard, look. We're done. Lauryn Hill is a man. Did I post that one there? I did, didn't I? Lauryn Hill, I did. Let's go back. Let's open up that one. Close that one. Lauryn Hill on the list. Next. Hilary Swank. Yeah, that's a request, I guess. Hilary Swank. Oh my, look at those deep set rectangular eyes. Look at the teeth on him. Lauryn Hill. 2 minutes. That was fast. No, 5 minutes. Lauryn Hill. There we go. Next. Hilary Swank. From the boxing, $1 Million Baby. Widest in the cheekbones, large, low set ears, horsey teeth. Look out from the brow bone. Look at the brow bone sticking out in the corner. Slopes inwards, look, on both sides. Strong neck. Place to put a meatball. It's been feminised, of course. Who's the other one who looks like this as well? Jennifer Garner. Oh, we've got to do him. Old big teeth. And there he is, look. Horse face. Box face women. Box face women. Large ears. Rectangle shaped far apart eyes. Huge mouth and teeth. Huge triangle. That face fills that skull. Women's faces are pushed down and close set with a small triangle. That is not what's happening there. Look at the jawbone. Reminds me of Sarah Connor from Terminator. I want you to close your motorbike keys on your boots. There's a woman scowling. And strangely enough, that looks like my best friend who walked like the Terminator, according to Rage. Looks very similar to him. If he turns out to be a girl, he can't be. He had kids to my friend. Oh, then she could be a bloke, couldn't she? Oh my God. I hate this world. I really do. Right, anyway, back to sugar box teeth here. Someone passed me the sugar lumps. It's a dude. Look at the rectangle shaped eyes. Hilary Swank. Is he in the back file on Twitter? Let's check. Hilary Swank. Is that him? Holy moly. He's a fit dude, isn't he? Is that him as well? Size of them feet. Hello, Wildlife and Fisheries. Is that his dad? That's got to be his dad, surely. Hilary Swank with his mother. Here's his dad. Father and son. What a fucked up world we live in. Right, Hilary Swank's not there. He hasn't even got any of Bevy's pictures up on him. It's a dude, look at him. Right, let's go back. Let me put Swank in my back file. Did I already do it? Hill, no, Swank. Swank should come up. I should have done him. Whilst it searches, we'll go after Hillary's gates. I'm seeing Kamala Harris. Big teeth, rectangle shape, deep set eyes, short sloping forehead, widest in the cheekbones, and a male diesel of a jawline. There he is without makeup. It's a dude, look. Look at the size of his head. It's a man till the cows come home. Hilary Swank walking. And we're done. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Straight legs, knees together, space. I know the dog's in the way, but I don't care. There you go. Straight legs. That reminds me, I need 2 bottles of milk. Ha, 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 ha. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Look at the girlfriend in full mince. Look out, Hillary's arm hangs straight and the woman's hangs away from the body. And again, Diamond in full mince. Hilary Swank, straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Who's that? I don't know, but she's got shoulder tilt and a full mince. It's William Dafoe. Look, it's William Dafoe. And the final one. Straight legs, hello, wildlife and fisheries. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. Look at his trachea. Look at that neck, right? On a woman, it goes chin, neck. That we've shown it many times this week, how it goes from chin to tie. Chin, but this one, chin, beep, 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 tie. Look at the state of that neck. It's a man. Final answer. Swank, back file. There he is, Hilary Swank. We got 2 of them. Let's go back to here. Let's tweet it and add Hilary Swank to this list. You big old horse-faced twat, you. Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank. There you go. Hilary Swank. There you go. Done. Next. Michael Keaton. Yeah, let's do Michael Keaton. Why not? Michael Keaton. There you go. Let me cut out Hilary Swank. 5 minutes again. I'm pretty good at hitting that 5-minute mark. Hilary Swank. Create video. Right, back to you guys. We're looking at Michael Keaton, Batman. Look at the 5 close set of pretty eyes, a small mouth, the high set ears. Dial M. You do see the letter M, right? The Mickey Mouse silhouette. Dial M for Masons. Vertical forehead, no brow bone. Small, high set ears, no cheekbones. Sloping subcutaneous layers of fat around the chin and jaw. Small mouth, pink lips. Michael Keaton. Let's check Michael Keaton on Twitter. Michael Keaton. Is he there? No, she's not. She's missing. Yeah, she's missing. Let's go back to the top. Let's. Let me put that in my back file first. Keaton, you should find him. Keaton, search. And whilst it searches Michael Keaton in my back file, we'll go find Michael Keaton's face and gait. There she is as a young lady. Beautiful soft eyes, arching eyebrows, no brow bone in the corner, high set ears, small female dentures, pink lips, sloping jawline, pointed chin, and again, look, chin to tie. Beep, 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 beep. There's no neck. Michael Keaton, as she got older, she got balder. The 5 head is on show. The lack of brow bone and brow is on show. The female skull is oval shaped. It's not a blockhead at all, is it, look? Look at the soft, beautiful eyes of a woman. And there's your 5 head pushing the face down. Look how small that face is. Draw a triangle. Draw a triangle. It's a tiny face with a big 5 head. Draw a triangle. It's a tiny face with a big 5 head. Bing. Female skull. Michael Keaton walking. Multiplicity, yeah, that was one of his films. Beetlejuice, I gotta admit, my favourite Keaton film would have been Beetlejuice. Here I come, honey. Diamonds, doing the Baphomet look. As above, so below. Doing the Baphomet. Diamond in the leg. Game over. Another one here, look. Diamond in the leg. Straight-legged man here, look. Knee pushing forward. Knee in rotation. There's your Getty Seal telling you Michael Keaton walking in line. Leant into the walk. Look how a woman leans into the walk. We need some more gates, Michael. The Beard. Is it The Beard, man? The Beard. What was that called? That was a strange movie that Michael Keaton did. It was very weird. Beardy or something. That one. Beardman. That's it. The Beardman. Well, in England, beards are girls. It looks like Chuck. It looks like Chuck Liddell. Is that you, Chuck? Someone's going to put a video out now. Michael Keaton is Chuck Liddell. Give me a break. He's not got many gates. There's Keaton. There's a nice one though. Elbows out. In line, elbows out. Look. And there's one from Full Mint with Diamond. Arms akimbo, look. Away from the body. Broken leg. That's not Michael Keaton though, is it? It says Michael Keaton, but it's not Michael Keaton. Dun, 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 dun. Is that Michael Keaton? It is. Look how small the foot is. Just Jared, I love your work, but what is that? Jared, seriously, I love your work, mate, but what is that? I know it's got a curved up leg. I can see it, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted mince, Jared. Oh, you've got closer eyes. Who's that? Oh, it's Hunter Biden. Michael Keaton in talks for Spider-Man in a villain role. That's Hunter Biden, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. That looks like Hunter Biden. It's Jeffrey Dean. It looks like Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is Jeffrey Dean. Don't make a video on it. It's not. It's not. Anybody who edits that out as well, soundbites that shit. Get the out of here. Right, we're looking at Michael Keaton. Back file. What are you saying? My back file. There's one. Diane Michael Keaton. Right, let's go back up here. I can't really find those minces. Michael Keaton. Right there. Michael Keaton. Done. How can they all have good jobs, Cool Larry? Because we're discriminated against. It's a two-tier society. It's not the rich and the poor. It's them versus naturals. And the naturals have got no clue. And even if they did have a clue, they don't care. As you've seen with your own families and friends. When you told them the air's flat, they don't care if the air's flat. What difference does it make to me? Mongos. Open. Michael Keaton. Did it post? Yes, it did. We're done. Close that one. Open another one. Edit out Michael Keaton. Four minutes 56. That was nice. 5 minutes again. Michael. Oh, and Keaton a first name as well. I'm sure I've met a Keaton. Michael Keaton. Create. Right. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Alright, I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. I'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday Night Live. How long have we been going? Time's not there. It is 2.5 hours. Yeah, that'll do. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue our quest into the lying, cheating, deceiving, Baphomet, Satanistic worshippers of Hollywood. Until next time, just remember God loves you. He thinks you're amazing. He wants you to know that you and your family were born into and inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy, world. Thank you very, very much for watching. Skull checkers and forensic students from around the world. Sweet dreams and God bless you all. Sweet dreams, Annabelle. Good night, chick. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.